Hi, Marina. All right, we are going to finally explore your awesome question. Why am I here? So, I'm really excited to see what Spirit has to share about this. I hope it's been an awesome New Year's celebration for you. And I'm just delighted to get started. So, I'm just going to relax and we'll see where this goes, okay? Why am I here? Okay. Instantly we're starting to kind of, it's as if we're in like a Buddhist type of lotus style meditation position. So really straight back and the legs are kind of positioned just right, and it's like the Om moment. And we're in a fizzy drink. Like there's all sorts of little bubbles bubbling all around. They're going up from the bottom towards the top, and it's kind of got a yellowish tint to it. So we're like in a club soda or something. But it's got like a little bit of a yellowish tint to it. And then the effect is like we're slightly falling or going down. But it also feels like we're just in place as well. So I'm just watching. It's starting to get more of a serious effect to it. There's more of kind of a sadder feeling, even. There's more of a heavier, dense feeling about this. Because it almost feels like I'm trapped in a cylindrical jar, like in a glass. And what is going on around me is activity, but is it what I'm looking for? Is this where I'm meant to be right now? This person in the glass, this version of you, stands up in the water as though there's even what is like a ground, and walks towards the side of this glass. It's just a round, clear glass. You can see through it. And then even kind of rubs her hand on it as though it was foggy, but there's nothing to see. She just keeps rubbing on it, and she really wants to see through it. She can't see what's on the other side. She can't see what is out there. What is before her eyes even. But she really can't, because it's hidden. It's not visible. In my perception of what is on the other side, it's interesting because it's got a darker landscape to it. It's like black rocky mountains and a kind of a rocky barren landscape, and this like enormous bluish glowing like castle-esque type a palace in the distance. It's made out of what are like really, I don't know what the materials are, but the shape of them looks kind of like flower petals. And it glows a blue color in a black world, like black rocks, barren landscape, but this gorgeous blue glowing palace. But she can't see this. In fact, all she can see is what is like a yellowish tint and this bubbly water, and then she's looking around. But she knows that this isn't for her. She knows that it is time to move beyond this. This isn't all there is to see. She knows that deep down inside her heart. But how am I to break free? How am I to get out of this jar? How am I to get out of this glass? How am I to find my true purpose and why I'm here? This is an important question for you, because it's time for you to start actually getting yourself grounded into going beyond. Because you're not meant to just be juggling the human life. That's why you're exploring this session in the first place. Because you're meant to be discovering your true depths, your spirituality, growing from it, learning from it, and then expanding out to even interact with other people beyond yourself. Because it's a soul journey. It's not just our individual journey, it's a soul-to-soul journey. So we got to start interacting with other souls too. And we learn from the interactions with other souls. But they're not saying that's what you're ready for right this second. But they're just opening you up to the bigger reality that there's a lot more in store for you. And it's a learning journey too on how to break free from this. It's not like a daunting imprisonment or anything. It's not like a terrible dungeon-esque experience. It just simply is you're becoming aware that I want to see more than this. I want to experience more than this. I want to break free from this. I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. That's also part of the process. That's also part of the journey. Spirit says, so are we supposed to tell you exactly why you're here? Because it's part of the journey for you to discover it, why you're here. They're all smiley about this. They're like, Marina's gonna be surprised. But you need to hear this. Okay, we're re-merging with kind of the serious note. Because you're in here and you really do want to be set free. You have to free yourself, for one. And it starts inside the heart. It starts with I'm ready. It starts with an ambition, a determination, a step outside the box from the usual routine, doing things differently. She somehow manages to create what is a rounded doorway. It's almost like she's got spy gear because it's like a perfectly cut glass, and then you just kind of suck it out, and then now we're through. But it's not opened. It's just like cut so that it can be opened, but it isn't yet. I mean, it's taking some tricks to try to get out of this, but she is aware that she wants to move beyond this is the best way to put it. There's just a snap of the fingers and everything just dissolves. There's no need to just keep focusing on the same things. Keep focusing on the feeling of being kind of stuck in one place, or trying to figure out how to get out of this place. Like all of these thoughts actually create the experience of being kind of in a jar or whatever. I feel like I'm ready to move beyond this, but I don't know how, because I feel like I'm kind of stuck in one place, and I'm trying to figure out how to get unstuck from one place. Well, you just simply stop thinking about it. You just simply realize that you're not stuck. You're not in one place. You have nothing to do with the jar and the bubbly water and the yellow. We don't even know what that was, because you just simply alter your perspective of where am I and who am I and how am I living my life, and it's not me, it's not for me, I'm ready for a new scene. And then you just manifest it by just knowing you're already living it. You're already experiencing it, because you are. You are totally already experiencing it. Especially with all the spiritual discoveries that you've been having. But still your heart says, but I want to know more. So we're just going to pause. We're actually going to honor that question, because you're wanting to know more about who am I, and what is my soul, and what is my soul capable of, I think is more so the question you're wanting to ask. Not why am I here, but what is my soul capable of? A lot of people ask why am I here, but really they're wanting encouragement to know, because deep down inside you know why you're here, Marina. You're here for the same reasons that I'm here. And it's special. It's very special. You're here to be human. You're here to be a mother. You're here to be a lover. You're here to be a friend. You're here to be a daughter. You're here to be a grandma. You're here to be all of these things. But you're also here with a grander purpose, and that is that nugget of true love and insatiable longing that's deep down inside of you. But what is that meant to become? It's still sort of in the I'm discovering myself phase. But you want to know what your soul is capable of, right? Do you think your soul is capable of breaking down the walls of a glass jar like this? Do you think your soul is capable of manifesting an extraordinary blue glowing palace in what is like a black obsidian type rock world, It's magical. It's got a magical effect to it because of the colors, the glow, the kind of the unusual sort of like lava glass or whatever, volcanic glass. It's just the way everything looks is quite extraordinary. They're not taking us into this palace yet, though. They're simply sharing with you the basics of self-awareness. What is something that Marina's soul has accomplished that is extraordinary and would be a gift to help Marina see who and what she is what she is made of, to help her understand why she is here? A talent, a gift that she can manifest in this world, that she can tap into, something inside that nougat that is calling out to her and saying, this is who you are, Marina. Step into your truth. And now be that. What is the effect of a woman standing very tall, very strong, strong-willed, strong-minded, strong emotionally, grounded essence, well, like a clarity in her mind? She's not second-guessing anything. She is looking off into the horizon, but she's inside what is a palace. I don't know if it's a blue glowing one, but I can see this extraordinary room, and then out the window is what is like an open balcony that she can walk out onto and see what is in the distance. But it does give off the effect of being that sort of odd black volcanic glass obsidian is the view. She is quite powerful. She's showcasing herself as possessing the power of a volcano, the power of eruption, and extraordinary release of sound and cataclysm, while also being extremely grounded and rooted. She's talking about the magic of this energy. It's a very different version of divine feminine. Not what you would expect. She is very secure in who she is and what she is capable of and her talent. She is really expressing herself as volcano. But she feels that it is a majestic role, because she understands the nourishment this possesses for the planet. The planet to release this sort of chaotic energy, to release it from deep down inside. Is sort of like a woman is sort of having an emotional moment and then just needs to erupt it and then feels right back into harmony again. It's like a Mother Earth. It's some sort of Mother Earth thing. But it's all in the balance, and it's very freeing for the spirit of Mother Earth, but she feels the freedom of it as well. And she feels the healthiness and the nourishment that this gift provides the outer surface of the planet. Even though it's all like this magical black rock, I don't see any volcanic eruptions going on here. I just see what is the aftermath of many volcanic eruptions. She's talking about inner strength and courage. She's talking about, did you know that you possess a great deal of inner strength and courage? Do you see yourself as a strong woman? Do you see yourself as grounded? Do you see yourself as not second guessing yourself? Do you see yourself as all-knowing in a sense? Obviously, we're human. We are only so all-knowing, right? But she's really wanting you to step into the reality that you are stronger than you know, kind of thing. You are really strong, and you have power, inner power. You have inner strength. You have magic inside of you, but it's all like a divine feminine type of energy, but it's like Wonder Woman energy. She's stronger than any man, right? Like you even kind of wonder if she could beat Superman because she's just such a strong feminine persona. So much strength, and you could even see her sort of charisma as like volcanic energy, right? But really solid, nurturing Mother Earth style love, all intertwined, and really expressing that energy is something you need to be aware of about yourself and actually explore that part of yourself deep down inside. She smiles and she says, "You don't even know." This feels more like a higher self version of you speaking to you right now. She turns around, and from looking out, she's sort of in her room but able to look out this sort of extraordinary open balcony attached to her room, and then you can kind of see the black obsidian out in the distance. And when she turns around, though, there seems to be a chaotic thing that happens inside of her home. And she sees what is like a crushing of the ground and of the ceiling. It goes crushing downward. And so half of her home is cut in half. And she looks behind her to see what is this that is going on behind my back, is what she says. What is this going on behind my back? She says, "What are you going to do about this? What is going on behind your back?" She says, "You know more. You know more than you are giving yourself credit for. And you need to start honoring the feelings, the hunches that you are getting inside yourself. You are psychic. And until you acknowledge your capacity or your capability with this gift, you'll always call yourself human, or I'm not sure, or you'll always second guess yourself. Stop second guessing yourself. Does the volcano second guess itself, or does it say it is time now, and it expresses itself without resistance, and it expresses itself? It doesn't wonder if this is a bad idea or not. It is meant to be as it is. It expresses itself, and now it becomes the next thing. Like, it becomes the obsidian rock, you know? It doesn't say, "Oh, I'm going to destroy these living things out here." It just is its own expression. And then it trusts in what it is doing, and it just trusts in its purpose. She wants you to trust in your purpose. This is a big deal with the home. I mean, this message here about your home is a big deal. Because there's something about this home energy too that is encouraging you to awaken something inside yourself as well. And it has to do with psychic gift and ability. She doesn't want you to be afraid at all, because you're Wonder Woman. You're the goddess of the volcano. You do not second guess yourself, and you are courageous, fearless, and you need to start encompassing that, or feeling that truth about you, your identity. And we're talking about, why am I here? To start learning how powerful you are, to start learning how to step into your inner power and strength. And confidence as well, and even psychic gift. And it's all intertwined with what is like a nurturing divine feminine energy too. It's very powerful. She wants you to start acknowledging this is your home, and you own your home. Nobody else owns your home but you. And so anybody else who feels that this is also their home, you need to start making it clear that this is where we live. This is where I live. That is coming out right now. She's talking about what is the alien spaceship persona, that sort of echoing identity that's sort of really obsessed with the home that you live in. So this is important that we are looking at this right now, because it's not what is like the anger or the fire that makes the experience go away. It is owning your own home, but owning your own identity. It is saying no to this, but also there's something more. Things are changing very rapidly, so give me a moment here so I can keep up. We're starting to go down an elevator, really, really down, far down. And I see this sort of volcanic goddess. It looks a lot like a Wonder Woman. Her features and everything. I mean, you can just see Wonder Woman. This consciousness that is you, your higher self persona, is wanting you to see yourself as a Wonder Woman. Okay. So you're going down an elevator, really, really like miles and miles and miles and miles and miles below the surface of your home. And you're going down and you're going to meet these alien beings face to face without fear. There's an alien spaceship down here. It's really much so like there's a volcano, and then there's a really long tunnel that takes you all the way down, and then there's sort of an opening where the lava would be and such that comes up and out. But it's an alien spaceship down there. You have to understand the power of your intentions, your conscious intentions. You actually can take what is an energy reflection, an entire spaceship, and lift it up with your hands and actually toss it into the air and toss it to the other side of the universe. You could suck it into a black hole and then it disappears for all eternity. You could surround it in a white light and give it angel wings, and now it becomes a heavenly angel. You can do whatever you want because it's your creative intention, and it has to honor it because it's your home. It's your choice. It's your conscious choice, and your conscious choice to say no has power. And you don't second guess yourself. They're talking about even the simple things as having conscious intention to place what are like crystal beams inside each room of the house with a specific purpose that these create an energy frequency that is so pure and so loving that nothing else can penetrate that. And that becomes the truth. That actually becomes real. You decide that instead of placing them within your house, right, first thing, you decide to place them inside of the alien spaceship. And you place them actually inside it looks like a massive black alien spaceship, but it kind of gives off an essence of being kind of not like a round disc, but almost sort of like back in the day they used to have those giant blimps, yeah. And so it kind of has like a blimp effect to it, so it's kind of rounded as well. Not like a perfect cylindrical thing, but kind of blimp-like. But also cylindrical too. And it's lots of it feels like there's lots of activity going on inside of it. It's really strange because we're talking about our dense physical reality that is intertwining with a alternate dimensional reality that is completely invisible to us, that could take up what could be like 1,000 miles of space. But in our dense physical reality is really like the size of, it's whatever it might be, but it can fit in. I mean, 3D versus 4D, like 4D dimensional reality is a lot larger than our three-dimensional reality. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know how these things fit into our world, but they do. So I'm just going to say that. So you're actually putting what is sort of like these cylindrical, like they have like a whitish colored pearly essence to them. They're like pillars. You're putting them inside an alien spaceship. So we're just putting dotting them all around inside of this massive thing. And they're radiating waves of love. Now we're actually targeting every single one of these living consciousness, alien consciousness, and we are putting a beam inside of them. And it's going to connect to above their heads, all the way down to below their feet. And so now the pillar is within them, and it is channeling infinite radiating frequencies of love. And that is the only thing they know. And so they now, in their conscious mind, are learning. And it is you that is teaching them about love, not them that is teaching you about chaos. Because you now are the master teacher, and they are now the student. Not you getting schooled by them about chaos, but you now teaching them about love. We have got to start turning the table on this. Like, just as a whole, the whole world. Like, oftentimes we feel a victim of chaos when we actually need to step into becoming the master teacher of love and stop feeling victimized by chaos. So you need to turn the tables on this and now discover that you are a master teacher in love, and you have the ability. And so all of these radiating frequencies of love, you're actually manifesting what is like a pillar that becomes a liquid, like an infinite liquid of like a paint, and you're sort of painting it across the entire ship. And so now the ship is sort of a pearly like white essence, and it's radiating frequencies of love inside and around. So now you're sort of creating what is like an orb around this alien spaceship, and so now it is inside of infinite love that is holding it and teaching it, schooling it about love, so to speak. Because that's what you do, Marina. You are a master teacher in love, and you need to start owning that truth about yourself. Another truth that you need to start owning about yourself: you are a master teacher in love. Why am I here? To own the reality that you are a master teacher in love. To own the reality that you are strong and stop second guessing yourself. To own the reality that you have strength and courage, and you have a fearlessness that you need to start experiencing. And you have the power because you are a master teacher in love. And anything that is chaos is speak, and anything that is a master teacher in love is the infinite universe. And so that's how you need to start to see the balanced truth about it all. You need to turn the tables on your perspective of who and what you are. This means so much to your heart. You remember now being in a glass jar with the fizzy bubbles, and you totally forgot who you were. You thought you were stuck. You thought you were a little old human. You thought there was no way out. You thought you would never see into the distance of who and what you are. You never thought you would discover it. And now that you are remembering who you are, it's like tears streaming of gratitude that heaven would bestow this memory, this echo of truth about you and your identity and why you are here. It's all coming back to you. It's all flooding back to you. Now, there's a quick message here that the alien spaceship is not anymore. It's not harming you. It's not hurting you anymore, because you're choosing to transform chaos into love. Because you are choosing to be the strength. The inner strength is not in the violence, is not in the destruction, but it is in the love and the transformation. Because the volcanic eruption, it might look like destruction, but it's actually a nourishment for the soils, and it helps transform the planet so it can become new and reborn in different ways as time goes on, right? And the same goes for this experience, is you are transforming this chaos with your love, and it's just becoming smaller and smaller and smaller, and now it's going away again. Eventually it's not going to want to fight back with you anymore, because it's going to start to realize that it's not worth it. It's not worth it. The Wonder Woman will come back again, and it's just not worth it. You are healing your home now. You are actually, again, what is like a really deep root. It's sort of like an awful zit, really deep down, that you're just popped out because you got that, again, what is sort of like a a splinter that just needed to come out, right? So now we have like an open hole, and it needs to be soothed with love, and we need to just really kind of dissolve all of this reality, and bring the life back into the surface, to the surface layers, the deep layers and the surface layers, to rebuild the energetic frequency of your home. They say you have the power to do all of this. You starting to realize that, and you're actually rebuilding the frequency of your home. Okay, I see an echoing reflection of your son here. He sheds his own emotional tears when he looks at you and says he is so proud of you. He comes from the part of the home that had broken off, but he feels that it is healing even inside himself, because he too is healing. And he has a gift he wants to give you, because he is so proud of you and your courage and your inner strength, and he does see you as Wonder Woman. It comes in a white box. It has to do with your identity as well, so you'll never forget. Just a moment here. Something still seems off balance, only because he keeps flickering, and that other part of the home is still trying to rebuild itself, and it's just not yet. So I'm just going to wait a moment here. What's inside of the box is what looks like a Christmas ornament with some gold trimmings around it. It's a blue orb with gold around it. He keeps flashing like a really confusing television screen. So for me, I just really need to analyze this some more. On the other side is what is sort of a man with really, really white skin, and he's playing with sort of a switchboard, and creating sort of an idea, basically. The thing is anything that is given to you is only chaotic if you believe it is. And so you can fill this with love and transform it into some extraordinarily healing gift, but it is true about what your son did give to you. But now we just need to understand what this is all about. So the question is, Marina, what are you going to do with this echoing reflection? Again, this man is not menacing at all. He is confused because you're a teacher, you're a master teacher in love, and he is going to get schooled. So he is a little student. He is like a preschooler, and you have your PhD in love. So now it's your turn to play the switchboard, right? But you don't need to. All you have to do is just put a pillar of pearly energy into him from head down to past his feet, and then it radiates the frequency of love, so you become like the love virus, and now he's caught the love virus, and so it's can't go away. He's now becoming one with love. There's nothing he can do. There's quite a few angels suddenly showing up here, what are like 5 big angel wings. They're kind of blurry in the essence of it all, but they're sort of surrounding this whole space, and sharing radiating reflections of love with it as well. They say your son is safe with you, Marina. There is some pull or energy that they're doing, that there's pulling something out. It's very heavy. It's invisible. It's sort of breaking into an alternate reality. So one dimension into another dimension. So it's busting into our physical dimension. So it looks like it is breaking, like a glass or something is kind of cracking that we didn't even know was there, as they're actually pulling out what is something very, very heavy and getting it out. Again, rebuilding the structure of the home is starting to feel, again, very peaceful and not heavy and dense. Your son is here. He sort of gives you a hug, and he said that he was scared for a little bit. He feels a lot more relief inside of his heart. Again, he wants you to know you are courageous and I love you so much. He calls you he really feels that you are a protector of the home and of him too. He says that from his youthful childlike innocence. He has a wise soul, but he also is still a boy. You are taking the power back and you are owning your own home. And they're showing me things are healing, extraordinarily healing. Inside you, you're feeling inner power and strength from this experience. You're learning a lot about your psychic ability, other dimensional experiences, how it affects your balance, your family's balance. You're learning about your energetic relationship with your son. You're healing the home. You're doing all of these things, Marina, because you're a master in love. You care, and you are also extremely curious. You want answers, but you want to manifest the healing and the transformation in your life so you can continue to raise your vibrational frequency. That is also why you are here, to learn about all of these things on a humanistic level. But in that way, you also start to develop the inner power and strength through the wisdom. But through the experiences that you're enduring and overcoming and conquering them. And also just love. The love of your family. And just your soul is really loving. That's very clear too. Everything is starting to go into a state of peacefulness and harmony. You aren't going to look back to the glass jar, and you're going to start discovering and even saying, I'm a master in love. Then you're going to start owning to being the teacher of what is the student. The student is always the chaos or fear-based reactions. People who are afraid that then turn to violence or some sort of chaos, alien beings that want to instill chaos learning. Like we don't, they need to be reminded of what love is. And so you continue to be the master teacher in love, and then they learn from you, okay? Otherwise, you can become the victim, and then they will teach you about chaos. But that's not the way forward, and you know that inside yourself, and it's manifesting in your world too. So that's all I can share. So cool. Thank you so much. I need a moment to catch up with myself. That is so cool. All right, Marina, that's all I can share for this video. You are amazing. You are a Wonder Woman. That's your nickname now. Okay, I gotta go, but you're phenomenal. Thank you so much for this gift of, it was so cool for me to experience this. All right, have an awesome day. We'll catch up later.